Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
And it was wrong. It was a bad call, Ripley. It was a bad call.
Bad call.
Some are good for fighting, others for dying.
It's Just Two Movies.
Welcome back to another episode of It's Just Two Movies. I'm here with Jackson. It's the first episode. We're back. This is our first episode back from the new year. You know, the first episode back from our break.
We took a break?
Yeah, we took a break.
Okay.
We took a break. We haven't really released anything lately.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the first episode back. Anyway, if you're not familiar with the show, what we do is we watch a good movie, then we watch a bad movie, we talk about it, we have some beers, and we have some laughs. Anyway, more importantly,
Wow.
Jackson.
That was fast.
Jackson.
Yes.
Did you watch Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and At World's End, or The World's End?
I've only watched the first one.
Jackson. All right, we're done. We're done.
I've been trying to. So it's like, all right, like plug in time. And then it's like things come up. It's like,
Yeah, I know.
So I watched the first one. I was like,
I would say that Shaun of the Dead as the first one, the one that you've watched, is actually the weakest of the three. So if you liked that at all, you're gonna love the other two.
I did. I liked it.
Did you like buddy cop movies when you were a kid, like Lethal Weapon, shit like was that up your alley?
Like Cujo. That wasn't a buddy cop movie, was it?
No.
What am I thinking of?
That's a Stephen King adaptation of a dog with rabies.
I don't know why I thought it was a cop movie, but yeah. Like the Weapon was awesome. All like 20 of them.
Hot Fuzz is like a satire of like every cop movie ever.
What's the Jackie Chan movie with Chris Tucker?
Yeah, sure, that one. That's a buddy cop film. Rush Hour.
Thank you. I blanked for like 3 seconds there. I was like,
yeah, it's a buddy cop movie. So it's a satire of that type of film. Even though Rush Hour is also kind of its own satire. Anyway, you gotta watch them, man. They're fucking great.
I did too.
Yeah, like I said, we watch a good movie, then a bad movie. Jackson, if you're a fan of the show, you know Jackson.
I've been around a couple times.
We have a fun like cavalcade of rotating guests here.
Yeah,
it's a good time.
It's a good. I like listening to other people. I love listening to Bird. I love listening to I forget people's names, but yeah,
the other people that are on the
the
show.
other people.
I know what you're talking about. Just to put everybody in our same state here, I am actually recording 2 episodes tonight.
Yeah, you're doing
This is not our first episode back. This is the Christmas episode.
Okay.
Wait, it is our first episode back then. It'll be our first episode back, yeah.
But you're going back to back tonight, so this is a long night for you. It's always going to be new.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
So,
always our first episode back.
Everybody's
from the break.
like, man, I caught the new season.
Yeah, wait for another 50 episodes. We'll see if that joke gets old or not. So anyway, I put out a thing on Instagram, and I was like, would you guys want to see a Christmas special, or do you want just like our regular content? Because I personally, while I like Christmas just fine, just as much as the next guy, I do find Christmas to be stressful. However,
It is stressful.
I do like it. It's fine. I am not a fan of Christmas movies usually.
There's not that many that are like, I want to go watch that.
How many Christmas movies have you ever sat through and you got up and you were done watching it and you were like, wow, what a triumph of cinema.
Triumph?
Maybe Gremlins, and that's why we watched it. So, a little bit about Gremlins here. What about you? Got any good info over there? I'm coming in hot and unprepared.
Yeah, this was my bad because I was looking up the Bad movie.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to watch it. I've never seen that.
So no, I didn't come prepared on the stats on Gremlins. So
I'm loving it.
However, Gremlins was. I hadn't seen it in full for a long, long time. I feel like every time I maybe watched it, it was like I was catching like the middle part of it or like the very end of it. I'm like, this is the first time I've watched it in maybe, I don't know, 15 years. Or I'm like,
yeah, same. I don't know that I've actually sat through the entire movie in a really long time. Yeah, it was. I watched it on HBO Max. If you got HBO Max, it's on there, baby.
Nice.
Gremlins is a 1984 horror comedy, hour 46 runtime. 7.3 out of 10 on IMDb, 85% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.5 on Common Sense Media, whatever the fuck that is.
Common Sense.
86% of Google users like this movie. Release date June 8th, 1984. It's a weird time for a Christmas movie to come out. June
8th, 1984. And it's definitely a Christmas movie.
Directed by Joe Dante. Box office $212.9 million. I don't have the budget, but I bet
how many million?
It was less than that. 212.9, so almost $213 million.
Holy shit!
That's a fuck ton of money in 1984.
Holy shit, dude! Right? That's a lot of movies.
Yeah, that's like that's like boats made of gold money.
Like what?
And gold is really dense, so it's really hard to make a boat out of gold.
I didn't know it was that big of a deal.
Yeah, this
thing was a big deal.
This stars Zach Galligan as Billy Peltzer.
Oh, Billy.
Howie Mandel as Gizmo.
Howie Mandel as Gizmo?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
That's great.
It's amazing.
The lovely Phoebe Cates as Katie Bergner. Hoyt Axton as Randall Peltzer, the dad. He's great. Dick Miller as Murray, who's the neighbor. Kyle Luke and Corey Feldman. So,
man, this must have been one of like Corey Feldman's first movies because he was a kid.
Yeah, he was a kid in a bunch of this shit, which is why it's so unfortunate that he was just like, drugged and abused and all this other shit.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Pulling out my notes because I jotted some things down.
Yeah, you got some crinkly paper over there. I'm loving it.
So, okay, you asked me, hey, what's a Christmas movie that you would want to watch?
What's a good Christmas movie?
My first thought immediately, I have no idea why this was my first thought. I put Gremlins. I was like, I have no idea why I said that.
Because it is absolutely a Christmas movie.
It does. I didn't remember why I connected Gremlins to Christmas.
It feels like Christmas
but when
the
you
entire
watch it,
time.
It is a Christmas movie. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
It just came out in June. It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Weird choice.
Weird timing.
But tell you what, though. I guess people were really wishing it was Christmas that June because $213 million, it's a stack of cash.
That's amazing. Who was the producer or director?
It was directed.
Steven Spielberg movie. Okay.
It was directed by Joe Dante.
So anything like Spielberg puts his hands on though.
I fucking guess, man.
Millions.
So what would you say? If you had to tell somebody who like, if you're like, oh man, you love the movie Gremlins, and they're like, what? What are you talking about? And you tell them, hey, there's a movie, it's made Gremlins. Spoiler free, what's it about?
Yeah, spoiler free. So Gremlins, I don't know, can you do a spoiler free?
Yeah. It's not just like spoiling like the actual things that happen.
Gotcha.
Because you look at the cover of the movie, and as soon as you start watching the movie, you're like, okay, so this thing becomes a monster. So,
for Christmas, this dad wants to get his kid a present. He goes to some weird shop, gets I think he steals this thing, but
the kid sells it to him.
But he gets an animal.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't question what it is, but he gets an animal.
I love it. I gotta have it.
And he gives it to his son.
Mm-hmm.
He has 3 rules that you can't. Break these rules. Otherwise, you break the rules, and it turns into this crazy animal that is
just a horde of little monsters.
It's hilarious.
It's a gremlin.
It's funny, little dude, and they multiply. Could take over the world if you let it. Mm-hmm. I feel like it could be a gremlin run world. These gremlins know what they're doing.
Oh fuck yeah!
They can talk.
Oh fuck yeah!
They analyze shit and
I got some notes to hammer out here. First off, I want to start off when Rand Peltzer's in there. He's talking to the shop owner. He's like, "Hey, let me show you here the bathroom buddy." That's a fucking great invention for that era.
There was a few
it really
inventions.
is like traveling salesman style. This guy's got some bangers.
So. What you need to know about this guy. It's like the size
of a brick, but it's got like a toothbrush and nail clippers and a mirror and a razor and shaving cream and just like a little travel kit thing.
Yeah. So like the main guy's dad is an inventor, like that forces his family to use all his inventions that aren't really working.
Yeah, a bunch of them. They don't work properly. A bunch of them
are great ideas, but don't translate into actual everyday. I guess an invention is supposed to make your life easier. This makes everything a little harder.
Yeah. So old Rand, he wants the animal. It's a mogwai, is what he tells me it is. Mogwai. It's a cute little furry animal. It sings and shit. It's adorable.
He doesn't question what it is, though.
No, he doesn't. He's like, is this a magical creature? He's just like, no, I gotta have that thing. What is it? A chinchilla? Sell it to me.
He goes, you want $200? Like,
yeah,
he's like, it's a big deal.
That's $200. Like, that is a big deal for a critter. You know what I mean?
Like,
so the grandpa's like, no, Mogwai, he's not for sale. And then he's like, leaves, and the kid's like, hey, wait outside, I'll be right back. The kid just fucking scalps the Mogwai. He's like, give me $200. I'll give you this Mogwai. I got your Mogwai right here, baby.
He takes it out back. He's like, yeah, he needs the money.
Mm-hmm.
he's like, I'm gonna sell it.
So right away, I mean, like, there's a good brisk pacing for this, and it's just
Yeah. I mean, you get scene to scene, and it's it's a solid movie, man.
Mm-hmm. Now, I talk about this on another episode. In the 80s, they used to score shit so weird. Like when Mrs. Deagle's walking down the street and she's got that snowman head. They're like the mean lady.
She's the Karen of her time.
They've got like an oboe score over. It's like
they did.
It's fucking weird, man. It's just weird. I don't hate it. I kind of do though. I kind of hate it. I think I hate it actually.
I didn't notice it enough to hate it. So like now that you mentioned it, I probably would hate it. But yeah. I'm like,
Mrs. Deagle. Anyway, she's like, she's the devil, I guess.
She is the worst person. I think
she goes in there. She's telling Billy, who works at the bank, she's like, I'll fucking put your dog in a dryer and I'll fuck it to death or whatever.
She literally said, I want your dog. I'll buy it from you so I can take it to
so I can take it home and torture it.
Her plan was, I'll take it to the vet and have it euthanized. And she's like, well, you don't want to know what I would do to it personally. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like,
you know what I would say?
She's
dogs for sale, $100,000.
No shit.
Whatever gets your rocks off, I'll buy 3 dogs.
Well, the kid brings his dog to work. That was a little weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
He ties at a bank.
Yeah, I bet I haven't seen this movie in more than 15 years, man. So this shit was all new to me. Have you ever? All right, so there's a bit where he's watching a movie, like it's like Christmas Eve or whatever. Billy's watching a movie, and they're watching It's a Wonderful Life.
Where him and Gizmo are passed out?
Yeah, Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy Stewart's, he's running through the streets, he's waving his arms about, and he's screaming, Merry Christmas!
Yeah.
Merry Christmas! Have you ever seen a man run through the streets shouting Merry Christmas on Christmas?
I have not. But I also wanted to ask you, on the flip side.
If I have seen that exact same thing? I have, and it was famous actor James Stewart. No, I'm just kidding. I never have. I never have.
The other thing in this movie was Christmas carolers. I was like,
I fucking wrote that down.
The fuck is a Christmas caroler?
Give me a second.
Carol. Like, that was a thing.
Have you ever had
if someone knocked on your fucking door and started singing, I would be pissed off too.
Have you ever had Christmas carolers at your door? Okay, so here's my other thing. Hold on.
Like, how the times have changed.
I'm going to read these 2 notes back to back. Ever seen a man run through the streets shouting Merry Christmas on Christmas? Was it James Stewart, famous actor James Stewart? And then later I wrote, ever had Christmas carolers at your door? Were they gremlins dressed in seasonable attire with sheet music screaming gibberish?
Well, that was a hilarious part. I love that part. But when they actually were doing the Christmas caroling, I was like, man, that brings me back. Because I remember a time when that was a thing. And I remember someone knocked on my door and started singing. I'd be like, all right, get the fuck out of here. I've had enough. Like, what do you want me to do in this situation? Like, you're singing? Like what?
Well, the reason people used to do it, was to be invited in for a meal or for a hot drink, and then they would move on to the next place and do the same thing.
So they're vampires.
They weren't vampires, not that kind of hot drink. But that's actually where the word toast comes from, because you would take bread, like you would have like a wassail.
Holy shit.
You would have wassail, which is like a mulled cider drink with tea in it, and you would dip your bread in it and eat the bread, and that would be let us all give a toast. Everybody get a piece of bread, get your drink, and that's where that originally comes from.
And it came from Christmas carolers, and roundabout.
Not exactly, but it's kind of a roundabout. Yes.
Danny with the random knowledge.
Fun fact. That's because I love brewing science, and I love like weird history stuff that's stupid. And I was like, one time, I wonder where it comes from, like, to make a toast.
That's a good question.
Yeah. That's where it to make a toast. That's where that comes from. Yeah, so fantastic. Actually, I make a really fantastic holiday wassail.
What's a wassail? A
wassail is a mulled cider drink with tea.
Oh.
And I make a really good one. And then you put some crown apple in it. Boom.
So
it's a hot cocktail.
I am a fan of Christmas time because it's a culmination of kind of winter.
Oh, I love eggnog.
And it's like I get to drink eggnog. I get to drink eggnog? Baileys and coffee.
It's made out of eggs. You ever had eggs? Fuck, they're sick.
So it's like after Christmas, I don't do any of that shit. It's like, all right, I'm done with this shit.
Right.
I'm ready for this to be over.
I do.
Please, be over.
How do you do your eggnog? Just out of curiosity, we're getting way off topic. It's fine.
Oh, I'm not an expert on anything.
Do you just get like the eggnog in the carton and add like some rum to it or whatever?
Yeah.
Or do you just drink it straight up?
No. There's got to be rum in it.
You do rum? Yeah, I do. What I'll normally do is I'll get the carton, I'll do a spiced rum, and then I'll do a little bit of paprika on top.
Ooh.
Or not paprika,
peppermint?
No. No, I'm not that fancy. Not paprika. It's brown.
Well, no, I get you. Not
nutmeg. That's what it is. Nutmeg.
Cinnamon.
A little bit of nutmeg on top.
Paprika would be pretty terrible.
But I will tell you, Alicia has made some of the most fucking legit eggnog. Like once she makes it, you have to shelf it in the fridge for like 90 days.
Oh shit.
Dude,
that's work.
Oh my God, it's so fucking good.
We should be drinking that right now, Danny. What's going on?
I'm telling you, bro.
We're not prepared for this.
Here's the thing is, it's expensive because they're like six different liquors that go into it.
Ooh.
And it only makes like two pitchers worth of shit. So it's kind of an expensive endeavor. We do indulge in it occasionally. We just ran out of time this year. Really what it is we do it around Halloween. And then you can drink it around Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah.
So after Christmas, I like shut off like anything holiday or anything like winter specific. I'm like, I'm done. Like I just want to be done. But like,
you just wait for spring.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like 3.5 months. Well, here it is anyway.
Well, you get the new year, and then you're like, okay, 2 weeks into it, you're like, fuck. Okay, it's cold. This is shitty. Like,
yeah. Yeah, it is. Like January to March can just fuck right off.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm not in the wrong there.
Yeah. No. I would just like to jump straight to April. Yeah. That'd be great.
Christmas to April.
Yeah. It'd be fucking baller.
Like,
I still want to do New Year's, though, because I have a fun time for New Year's. Yeah.
Like, hey, my birthday's in the middle there. But I feel like all the like good things that come with winter are just stopped at end of Christmas.
Pretty close,
man.
It. Pretty close. Like your holiday hams, your turkeys, your all that.
It's like you're over it.
Good deer hunting's over. Yeah. Deer season's over.
It's not like in January I want to pick up eggnog.
I will tell you this though, I would drink eggnog in January if it's that homemade shit. But it's weird, like, because now if I have eggnog and it's the carton with some spiced rum, I'm like this bastardization of that delicious thing that I love. It's like a fucking, because when we make it, it's like a special thing. So we give it as a gift.
Nice.
And every time I'm like, she just kept all that eggnog. She just kept it all for myself. You know what I mean?
Do you ever I could be
drinking it.
Do you ever do like just like coffee and like a Bailey's or
yeah, occasionally.
There's something else.
The thing is I just got burnt out on Irish cream.
Irish cream, yeah.
Yeah, I just got burnt out on Irish cream. I don't mind a coffee with a splash of alcohol or some Kahlua in it.
Kahlua, yep.
But Irish cream doesn't do it for me anymore.
It needs to be a little stronger.
Yeah.
A little more kick to it.
Well, here's the thing. If I was going to have I know people are like, oh, a little whiskey in the coffee. I would rather just have either coffee or whiskey.
Right.
Like not coffee with whiskey in it. It's not adding anything to it for me. So,
but if there's like a little more kick to just, I don't know, like a Bailey's in like your coffee.
Like a thimbleful.
Where it's like, that actually adds something to it.
Yeah,
I'm done with my I'm done with this cup.
I bet a little splash of tequila rose and some coffee would be pretty good.
What, you got coffee here?
Yeah, fuck yeah, I got coffee. Look at me, man. I fucking live on coffee. That's it. That's it. You think I get this way drinking water? No, this body is all coffee, baby.
Speaking of, I need a beer.
I got you. Tell me more about Gremlins. So, okay, I'll grab a beer.
So Gremlins.
The Mogwai looks pretty good.
Yeah, Mogwai and the Gremlins look good.
Fuck.
But, I mean, like, they frame every scenario where it's like, you can tell that it's, in today's age, you can tell that it's not a Like, it's not a real thing.
You know how Mogwais are today. You know what we're talking about.
Like, we could make it look real today.
How much you want to bet next year, Christmas, there's a Gremlins reboot?
Because of this?
Yeah, because of this podcast.
Because of this podcast, Spielberg's going to pull it out.
Spielberg listens to the show directly. He emails me, but I'm like, I'm not going to give you the fucking satisfaction.
He texted me the other night. I was like, dude, chill out on Avatar.
Steve.
Like, and I don't want to do two. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, got it. Is that Spielberg? I don't think it is. I think it's James Cameron.
Whatever. Close enough.
James Cameron's a weird man.
They're both,
Wait, I gotta look it up.
Damn it. I think you're right.
Let's see here.
Shit.
Avatar.
Who did Titanic?
That's James Cameron. God damn, box office for that is $2.847 billion.
Damn. Is that the biggest movie ever?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. It's like, gosh.
Yeah, they brought it out of retirement just to be like, I don't think so, Endgame. Just to give it one more run to be like, oh, we still made more.
Say, no, it was Avatar.
Yeah.
Did you watch that in 3D? Man.
No, I hate watching movies in 3D. It fucking gives me a headache. And I like, even afterwards, I'm like, sucks, I missed most of the movie.
So there's a couple movies in 3D that I think were made, like, did Cameron do...
No, there were definitely movies
Ready Player One
made for 3D.
Was it Cameron that did Ready Player One? Or Spielberg?
Ready Player One was like, it was fine.
But
it was like, you remember this?
Watching it in 3D was pretty fucking awesome. It was a different experience.
I could imagine the spectacle being more intense.
I don't know. Tangent.
The last movie I went to go see in 3D, like, wasn't even a good movie. I went and watched, what's that one where it's got the guy and he's like, oh, I go to Mars. John Carter. I watched John Carter in 3D, and I was like, why is this in 3D, though?
Yeah,
like,
they kind of fucked that movie
up. It's worse that it's in 3D. Like, just give it to me regular, because it's already not good.
If it doesn't add anything to it, it just gives you a headache, that's annoying.
Oh, yeah.
But Ready Player One in theaters was pretty fucking amazing.
Pretty good. All right, back on track.
Yeah, back on track.
Mogwai looks pretty good. These are the Mogwai rules. Number 1, no bright lights, definitely no sunlight. Sunlight will kill them. No water. And no munchies after midnight.
Yeah, so 3 big rules you can't do. You can't fuck that up.
Pretty basic shit.
Turns into a monster.
Pretty basic shit.
So I actually wrote down a question for you.
I think they communicate partially through singing and also just like regular communication because it seems like they can just talk.
They pick up on things. So the first thing you start to see was our Mogwai, Gizmo.
Oh, Gizmo.
Gizmo's the cutest fucking thing ever.
He's pretty cute.
Pretty fucking cute. He's wearing 3D glasses in this movie.
He is wearing 3D glasses in the movie. He's
connecting the dots here, bud.
You are connecting the dots.
He's like playing the piano or like a keyboard.
Yeah, Billy's playing. Billy's playing a little synth. Gizmo is singing
over
along.
He's like, he's singing. I can't sing.
They partially communicate through music, I think.
But they also say Stripe, the gremlin, like he knows Billy's name. He's like, Billy. So they're like one word or song communicators.
Yeah. Stripe, he's like, as a gremlin, if he were a small child, he's the kid that like eats his own boogers and will push other kids off swings and shit.
But he's also the kid that you kind of want to hang out with because you kind of want to get in trouble. And you know he's going to get you kind of there.
Like that. I'm a very nice young man.
I want to have a little fun. I know Stripe's going to have fun. So I'm going to...
So Stripe, he's a little piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. Piece of shit.
Just a real bitch.
So I wanted to ask you, okay. So they have 3 rules for not turning Gizmo, the cutest little animal ever, that's mystical,
into a gremlin.
Into a pure monster child.
Right.
With, like, claws.
Yeah.
So you have 3 rules. Don't break those rules and you're good.
Yeah.
But they're pretty basic fucking rules.
Here's what you want to do, man. You get 1 Mogwai. Now, it might be cool, but that doesn't mean you want to accidentally wind up with 15 Mogwais. Because then they will conspire against you.
Yeah,
1 Mogwai alone can do no wrong. He's like, no, I don't want to eat after midnight. We're all good. If you're catching the thunder in the background here, we are in a tornado warning. But we're still, this is how dedicated we are to podcasting. We love it.
You know, and the tornado going, they can fuck off.
Oh, yeah, they can fuck off. They just fuck right off into the sky.
I have no idea what else to say to it.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck you, tornadoes.
So yelling at the sky?
So he gets wet, and then they pop out like balls. They pop out like little hairy balls that like squelch on the floor until they turn into full-sized Mogwai.
The littlest drop of water on Gizmo gives him like a seizure. Like,
well, the part that was tripping me up is when this happens, he gets like the water spilled on him, and he's seizing. And he's popping all these balls out, and
all the balls of fur.
The two boys are like looking so intently at the ball of fur, and you can see in the background Gizmo still having a seizure. Yeah, he's like still very much in pain, and they're just like, whatever,
dude.
Look at this fucking weird, goopy ball. And then all the balls are more Mogwais, and Corey Feldman's like, yeah, cool, man. He grabs a comic book and just flops on the bed. Like, he's not like,
yeah, it's normal.
Hey, man, this is against the laws of nature.
Yeah, it's like this thing just multiplied in front of you by not giving birth or anything. But,
right.
Water.
There's a fun bit where, like, the dad, he's, like, playing with his inventions at the kitchen table. He's got, like, a fly swatter drill and all kinds of weird, delightful shit.
He has some amazing stuff.
He really does.
Oh, I was going to say on the rules, like if you were to make rules
on
an animal.
Pretty easy ones.
Don't get it wet, don't feed it after midnight.
Yeah.
And don't kill it with sunshine.
Yeah.
If you were to put some rules down on it, what would it be?
What do you mean, like different rules?
Different rules. They got to be different.
Like easier rules?
I mean, those are pretty easy. You know what I mean? It's like
those are super. Like I'm struggling to think of like maybe
don't kick it.
Maybe don't feed it anchovies. Like don't feed it a specific thing. Don't let it
see the moon.
Don't let it see fireworks.
Don't stare at it in the eyes, or don't make eye contact.
You'd have to make eye contact with it. It's adorable, Jackson. Maybe don't touch its no place. You know, whatever.
Like something. Don't grab its big toe.
Don't molest it. There we go. That sounds like an easy one. Easy one to follow. Don't accidentally fuck it. All right?
Don't pet it on the head.
No, you got to pat it on the head. That's the best.
But maybe that's the rule. Like, oh man,
I could see that.
That one's tough. I can't pet this thing on the head.
So the bright lights, they just don't like it. They're like, yeah, bright light, and they fucking run away. They hate it.
Well, I mean, the sunshine kills them.
So he gets it wet, and then all these little fucking Mogwai, they're like, oh yeah, fuck Billy. We'll tell him we're hungry. We'll unplug his clock. He'll feed us after midnight. It'll be great.
Dude, Stripe has a fucking plan right out the gate.
Got a posse too, baby.
Like he is like whispering to all the other Mogwai and like scheming immediately.
Yeah,
he turns like. I think he turns the clock back, where Billy looks at the clock and he's like, I thought it wasn't like 10 o'clock.
He cuts it.
Oh, he cuts it? Okay.
Yeah, just cuts the wire.
Yeah. They're little devils, man.
Yeah. They get fed after midnight, and then they're doing the thing from Alien.
Yeah, they get the little pods. Those are kind of gross.
Yeah.
The biology teacher's like metaphor.
They go into a metamorphosis in a chrysalis. Yeah. Intro the Gremlins explanation. A imaginary or mischievous sprite regarded as responsible for an unexpected problem or fault, especially a mechanical or electronical one.
One of the best.
A gremlin in my computer omitted a line. An unexplained problem or fault. Electrical gremlins are often difficult to locate.
So one of the best characters that explains this in the movie is this guy at the bar. I just saw lightning out here, so it's going to get
nice. Yeah, it sounds like it's getting fucking ornery out there.
No, but so this guy at the bar, he's like, no. Is he? I think he's Billy's neighbor too, because like Billy's car won't start. He's like, oh, you bought a foreign car. You know, those foreigners put gremlins in your car.
Like, yeah. He's
like, what?
You see this thing here? It's a Nebraska Harvester or whatever it is.
It's some random shit. He's trying to drive his tractor home from the bar one time.
That's Dick Miller, ladies and gentlemen, the low rent Peter Falk. Yeah, it's fucking great. So these gremlins, when they get out, you catch them eating glass. He's like eating glass, and he's like, yum. And presumably they also eat like some metals, but also normal human food.
Yeah,
because they love popcorn.
They love eating
White.
Stuff.
Yeah. They run amok, and it's up to Billy and Gizmo and Phoebe Cates to stop them by ruthlessly murdering them.
So when they first turn into gremlins, so the biology teacher gets it.
Oh, he gets killed. Yeah, he gets killed.
Like because he took one of the Mogwai's blood, and that Mogwai didn't like that. But Billy's mom, though, she just straight up murders like 3 of them.
Yeah, she
in
does.
her kitchen. It's like Hell's Kitchen for real. She
gets,
just like turns us into
scratched up a little bit.
The Night of Terrors. Yeah, she goes
the
off.
scene I always remember is that "Do you hear what I hear?" and her creeping around that kitchen island with that fucking big ass knife. That's always the thing I remember.
So
about
they
this
turn
movie.
on like the Gremlin turn on the record.
Yeah, they're not stupid.
So
it's weird. It's a weird combination of like, are they smart and capable, or are they just doing this shit luckily? Like when they're in the theater, they manage to put a movie on, although they're like eating film and shit,
and they're fucking it up upstairs.
They're
like
fucking it up hard, and they somehow manage to work the projector properly.
When they're gremlins, there's a montage of them. When they're at the bar, it's one of my favorite scenes of just them being gremlins.
Yeah, they love chaos. They're like
just chaos.
They're like an Addams family.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. They just they love murder and chaos and stuff.
You have your calm world, and then you have the gremlin world of mischievousness. And
let me ask you a question. Have you ever had Christmas carolers at your door, and were they gremlins dressed in seasonable attire with sheet music screaming gibberish?
Oh, Miss Deagle did.
Miss Deagle did.
And she thought they were the devil.
Then they ate her? Did they eat her? I think it's just implied that they eat her.
I think they shot her off her chair that went straight up, right?
Yeah. Dude, I will say those gremlins, like when they get into that fucking bar...
Yeah.
Dude, they fucking party hard.
The montage of them in the bar.
Oh my God. There's just one wearing a ski mask shooting a gun.
There's one, and then you have like one that's...
Why the ski mask?
I don't know.
Like he's just a gremlin?
Well, there's one that's like a New York subway...
He's like wearing a trench
flasher,
coat.
Where he like has a trench coat and he flashes the bartender.
Yeah, and
I don't know why she's serving them. For one thing, she's just in this hell of a situation. She's like, I'm gonna keep serving these monsters alcohol. Like, what are you doing?
Look, I get off in 20 minutes.
Like, I don't get off for a while, but
last call's coming soon.
Like, I don't know what's going on either. Maybe this is what happens every night at the bar. I don't like. What is her thought process there? Is she trapped?
It's probably that she's seen worse. Did she look terrified? I don't remember. Or was she just like, this is my regular job?
No, she looked a little terrified because she's like, yeah, she's running around. Like, some of the gremlins are passing out drunk.
Oh, yeah. There's a bit where they like, so the sun's getting ready to come up. They all hate sunlight. So Billy's like, oh, I wonder where they're at. Phoebe Cates is like, I don't know if they're like, where would they be, Billy? He's like, probably someplace dark. So they go to the theater. And all the gremlins have managed to put on Snow White. And they fucking love it.
It's amazing.
There's a really cool scene where he looks in the window for the theater and he's like, huh.
They're watching Snow White.
They're watching Snow White and they love it.
Yeah.
And they're just all singing the hi-ho, hi-ho. Like they're all singing along. And just causing a mess, like throwing popcorn and laughing and shit.
Yeah, so Billy and his girlfriend are looking for the gremlins.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, they're all at the theater. Like,
yeah, all except one.
Well, Stripe bounces in the middle of it to go get some candy.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to go get the good candy across the street. So they blow the boiler room, and they burn them all alive, except for Stripe.
Pretty terrifying. Like, for a Christmas movie, it's fun. Like, it's like, there's a lot of levity to it, and then it gets weird and dark.
Yeah.
And then levity.
Well, because Stripe is like the one gremlin that can wield a gun. And if he could...
Well, ski mask gremlin could.
If he could aim that fucking hand cannon, this is a different movie. You know what I'm saying? This would have went way differently.
Yeah.
This would have been about the day the lights went out. And the
the gremlins would have took the world over, so... Yeah. Like, Stripe had a plan.
So they eventually get Stripe. They kill him with sunlight, and him like melting in the sunlight.
It's pretty awesome.
Fucking gruesome. Yeah, it looks pretty damn good for a wire puppet.
So one of the funny things with that end scene is Gizmo is riding in a Barbie car, and he hits the ramp on the Barbie car
into a shovel. That's the ramp. It's a shovel.
It's like, what is going on here?
I don't know. It's great though.
But like scenes like that, like even right before that, like Stripe was like getting to the spot, and he takes a tricycle like really fast. Like you see Stripe like riding this tricycle. It's like, you didn't have to do that, but it's hilarious that he did it.
It's very funny.
I don't know if this movie's supposed to be funny or not, but it's funny to me.
Dude, I think it is. Okay. I think those things are comedy relief. It's like, what was that movie, Small Soldiers, when we were in elementary school? We used to watch that shit all the time at school. Movie. It's like that where some of it they're just doing because like, wouldn't it look silly? Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a cheap laugh, but let's do it. I think this is just supposed to be like, it says it's a comedy horror. So yeah, I think that stuff's done with levity, and it's quite charming.
How many good comedy horrors have ever been made? Ever?
A lot more than you think.
Okay.
There's a lot of good comedy horror out there because it's an easy medium. You know what I mean? It's like, let's take this weird, bizarre,
now
violent
that I'm thinking
thing.
about it,
let's go take this weird, bizarre, violent thing with like monsters that's kind of terrifying or whatever, and let's have a little fun with it.
Yeah,
there's a lot of that.
There's a lot of them, but this one was done so well because
we're gonna watch one shortly
because it brings you like in between, like you really laugh when it's like it's a real laugh because you're invested in the dark side of it,
right?
And then it brings you into this all the shit that was like, why is he riding a tricycle? Like
Billy, he's just an idiot, man. Like the main character, Billy, he's just a moron.
Like he's telling the cops about the Gremlins, but he doesn't mention this teacher's dead at all. It's like they can go check on that.
I would probably start with, there was a murder. It's little tiny monsters.
And they brush him off, and then they're like, hey, we got to go to this call, and they're drunk on Christmas Eve. And the sheriff's like, why don't you drive? And he's like talking to his deputy. I don't know.
Because he's drunk?
Yeah, the actual cops are drunk.
Oh, it's great. It's great stuff. This is a lot of fun. I feel like Santa Claus approves this movie.
I approve this movie.
He thinks, man, it's raining like a motherfucker.
It's getting it.
It's the first time we've ever recorded the podcast in the rain.
That's a song, right?
Podcasting in the rain.
Yeah, I mean, we just made the song, so...
Yeah, we did. It's a song now, baby.
So, I hadn't seen this movie in full for a long time.
Same.
What would you rate it?
Man, if I had to give this Gremlin thumbs...
Ooh, yeah. It has to be Gremlin thumbs.
Yeah,
like poker Gremlin thumbs. Like
poker? Oh, yeah.
You remember they're playing poker?
Oh, yeah, they are playing poker.
And Stripe shoots one.
Right. Yeah. Just fucking murders him. Bang. He dead. Just straight up a murderer.
His own kind.
And he's got like a Colt for. It's not a small gun either. It's a very large gun.
Everything is so big and just ridiculous when it happens. It's like, oh, it's amazing that it happened that way.
Yeah.
That's the way it should happen.
And it looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
If they could modernize this and do CGI Gremlins, it would look amazing.
What would that look like in today's world? You know, like...
I don't know. They're rebooting everything. I'm calling it Gremlins sometime in late 20... Ooh, shit.
I'm going to go... I'll throw a number out there.
Here's my question is, will they announce it in like October of this year and then it'll be in theaters around Christmas? Or will they announce that they're going to make it around Christmas of this year or next year and then the following year it'll come out?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't have to be a Christmas movie, but they'd be fucking missing out if they didn't.
It just feels like a Christmas movie now.
It does feel Christmassy.
I have no idea why. Well, I do. After you watch the movie, it's like, well, it's set in Christmas time, and Mogwai's a present.
It's the day after Christmas.
I think it's Christmas Eve.
Well, he gets the Mogwai on Christmas.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Or Christmas Eve. So it's either Christmas Day or the day.
But yeah, it's all around Christmas. So it's like it's set in Christmas, and then it's like, okay, that's why it makes sense to be a Christmas movie. It doesn't like there's nothing else about Christmas.
No,
it's just that it's set in that period or that time frame. And it's like,
I guess for Gremlin thumbs, I give it 8.5. This was still really charming and really fun for me. Like I had a lot of fun rewatching it.
Yeah, I am going to go with some Gremlin ears because they're some crazy ears.
What the fuck?
Can we go ears?
You go, but your thumbs are ears.
Your thumbs are ears.
Your thumbs are Gremlin ears.
Because I love the ears,
man. It's a thumb rating, though. It's how many thumbs.
But it's if their ears were on their thumbs.
If your thumbs were ears.
Yeah.
How many Gremlin ear
I'm right
thumbs?
there with you. I'm 8.5.
8.5? Okay.
I thought of that, and I was like, 8.5?
That's a good solid...
That's where I'm at.
That's a good solid 85%.
It's a solid movie, man.
We'll go watch something that's probably not, as far as regular movies are concerned. We're going to watch The Gingerdead Man featuring post-motorcycle accident Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
Wow. I'm sure he's the Gingerdead Man.
He's
gotta
be. I mean, who else?
He's gotta be. Who else would you get?
It sounds terrible, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds awful. Never seen it. We're going to go check it out because it's like an hour and 20 minutes long. So we're going to have some beers.
What if it was Keanu Reeves as the Gingerdead Man?
Oh, man. He'd be like, whoa.
Whoa. Like I'm dead.
What? All right, we'll be right back. Here's the fake thing.
Deep in the hills of Missouri.
July 1812.
Jenkins Jefferson,
also known as Fly Guy 69, discovered the perfect mixture of rye and alfalfa hay and the perfect distilling process.
Aged in the finest pig barrels.
Aged in pig barrels. Swine. Distilled twice, and then aged in 100% pure Peruvian butt barrels. Also aged in blankets.
Aged for 69 months.
At 420 degrees. The finest blankets. Aged in the finest blankets.
Aged in the finest blankets.
They're in the barrel. We wring them out 7 days to wring out the blankets by hand.
Straight into the bottle.
To dry in open containers for 6 days.
Aged in the finest of blankets. Aged in a fine pig blanket. Leaning to get those real deep in the hills of Missouri.
Old Butt Guts whiskey.
Real whiskey.
When you're reaching for a pint of something to start your night right. When you don't pay personal property tax. For when you don't care if your guts feel like butts. Reach for a tall, cool glass of Butt Guts. Old Butt Guts whiskey.
I drink gut butts just to get drunk.
It works.
I think I'm dying. Gut butts, butter guts gonna make me die.
Old gut butts.
Old gut butts whiskey. I drink old butt guts, and now I can dance.
I drink old gut butts, and I can ask old Mary Lou out today now that I'm feeling good.
The finest gut ingredients on the planet.
Zero cum added. Less than 0.1% human urine. Guaranteed to get your butt guts.
Now, with safer amounts of mercury.
The perfect partner for your chicken. Distillery built by hand from repurposed sewer line pipes. Triple distilled in recycled caskets.
Old gut butts. She'll probably forgive you.
Old Bud Guts. It'll probably be all right.
Old gut butts. Whiskey. Old butt guts. Definitely not built on blood money.
Special thanks to Brad Sexton for our jams. Please check out his latest project at suns.bandcamp.com. That is sunds.bandcamp.com. Thanks to Lamplighter Productions for our artwork. Please check out more of their stuff on Instagram at lamplighter_productions_IL. First time listener? We're anywhere podcasts are found, but if you don't subscribe to any of those services, listen to the show for free on our website. It's just the number 2, movies.buzzsprout.com. That's itsjusttwomovies.buzzsprout.com. Want to get in touch with the show? Email us at itsjusttwomovies@gmail.com or find us on Twitter or Instagram at itsjusttwomovies. Want to support the show? Great. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe on whatever platform tickles your fancy. So anyway, back to the show. We're back. We did the thing we said we were going to do. We watched the Gingerdead Man.
Yeah, we watched the entire thing. It wasn't that long, I don't think.
No, hour 15.
It's terrible, but yeah.
Yeah. It's a 2005 horror comedy. It's got 3.4 out of 10 on IMDb. Yikes. 58% of Google users like this movie.
Damn, Google.
Oof. Because Google users are normally pretty soft on schlocky stuff, you know what I mean? This came out November 8th, 2005, directed by Charles Band. Stars Gary Busey, Robin Sidney, Alexia Ailman, Larry Cedar, Margaret Bly, Ryan Locke, and Zelman Band.
I saw their names like 14 times during the movie.
Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Would you, let's go.
Ginger thumbs?
We're doing full tilt spoilers though. I'm not dancing around this. Gary Busey's crazy.
Please spoil it because I didn't watch the entire movie, I don't think.
Gary Busey's a crazy robber. He's holding up a place and then he kills this guy.
Yep. That happened. That did happen. I wasn't sure what happened at the beginning.
Then he goes to court and that guy that died, his sister was the main girl in the movie and she helped put Gary Busey in the electric chair and got him killed.
I don't remember that part.
Well, they didn't show it.
Okay.
For all the shit where they were just like, let's sit down and give you 10 minutes of exposition. They didn't show you that part. Seems more relevant.
Yeah, I couldn't connect the first part of it to the second part.
There's like a witch or a gypsy or whatever, and they're casting a spell, and they put Gary Busey in gingerbread seasoning of all fucking things.
Yeah, so there's a random like woman that has like she shows up to the bakery.
Yep.
Like
she just loves it.
A random seasoning.
She just wants Gary Busey to keep doing murders.
She's like, here's this mystical seasoning.
Yeah.
Don't bake with it.
So they use it, and they get blood in it, so it's like a blood sacrifice gingerbread
Like he bleeds situation. On it for a long time.
And I know we already talked about this, and you haven't seen it, but the people out there, if you've seen the movie Jack Frost, the murdery one, it's just that. But instead of a chemical spill, it's a mystic spell.
Yes, I'm not sure how this is. The only reason this is close to a Christmas movie is because there's a gingerbread.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell? Like it's not even the entire movie takes place in a diner and a bakery.
It might be in like Miami or something, so like maybe it's just warmer there and everybody's still wearing like, tank tops and shorts and shit. I don't know. There's some kind of fun kills in this, I guess.
So, I mean...
I wouldn't even say fun, though. They're just they're slightly humorous.
Humorous, and then Gary Busey's trying real hard on his lines. Like, he's like trying to oversell. Like,
I think it's deliberately bad, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You might be right.
Yeah, like, I think they were like, oh, man.
It's like, keep that.
We'll get Gary Busey to be a crazy cookie, and then we'll pad for time for another hour.
Yeah, so we're trying to think of
because you were saying like nothing happens in this.
Yeah, nothing. Absolutely,
nothing happens.
Like there was a 5 or 10 minute scene of like daytime drama, like for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's a gingerbread man that is. It's a gingerbread man that has Gary Busey's mouth. And just saying weird shit the entire time.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, rat, fuck you," to a rat.
He literally picks a fight with a rat after he killed a couple of humans already. He's like,
because he's a gingerbread man, so that makes sense. But he's very capable of murdering all kinds of people.
And he's picking on this rat that has no idea what he's saying.
No, he's like trying to start a bar fight with it or whatever. And the rat, of course, doesn't respond because it's a rat.
The rat's so confused. It's like.
So am I.
What is going on here?
Who made this? Like, now I know because I looked it up, but...
I have no idea.
Why would you make this?
That's a great question.
I think maybe somebody just greenlit you. They're like, oh yeah, I'd get you Gary Busey. If you wanted to make a movie, I'd get you Gary Busey. And somebody's like, well, all right, shit, he's a star. So let me make a movie on this napkin in this bar real quick.
What do you think the pitch was? Like, hey...
Okay, so it's Christmas, right? People love shit. Like, the worse it is, the more they like it, which is not true.
Okay.
I don't know. This is, like, deliberately the hokiest, shittiest thing.
Like if you're pitching it, it's like, okay.
I'm not into this. This is not fun for me. Because I know some people are like, oh, man, you're kind of soft on stuff. You like, and I do. I tend to like things more than I don't like them. It's because of this, though. Like, this is the thing that I'm going to be like, fuck this thing in particular,
Because
let me tell you why.
Like, they weren't trying, like, they tried, and they tried in the wrong direction. It's like you can put effort into something and make it bad on accident. They made it, like, they knew it was bad, and they're like, halfway through, like, all right, well, we're just gonna lean into that real hard. And we're gonna have Gary Busey, like, just say some weird one-liners.
Yeah, for anybody out there who's big on writing, here's a note. You have to make us care about your character through the way they interact with their world and the positions that they're put in. Not by having another character tell your main character, hey, I remember this story, and that being your entire personality. Like, there's nothing to any of these characters. They're just husks of people. Not one conversation in this whole movie is like, that's a real conversation someone's had before.
Oh, absolutely not.
None of it. Because human people don't talk like that.
I'm pretty sure there's like 3 people that died, 3 women, and I'm like, I don't remember if that was the right person that I'm thinking of from earlier.
Yeah, like, I don't even. There were like 3
I think
times
she came back alive, maybe. Like,
there were 3
is
times
that the same one?
I thought this lady was already dead. So
one of the great mysteries of the movie is this woman that gets, I don't know if she's dead, but she gets covered in whipped cream naked.
Yeah.
And her nipples have cherries on top of them. But she's head to toe from neck down, she's just in whipped cream. I feel like she's dead for a little bit. I don't know. But like, she's dead from the whipped cream. Because it's the gingerbread, I don't know, dude killing them.
Okay.
I don't know, like poisonous whipped cream?
I guess, yeah.
Because she is terrible.
They don't really give it any kind of an explanation. You know what I mean?
Like, they're dragging her body. There's no whipped cream. Like,
no, there's no drag lines or anything. It's like the laziest. They're like, all right, we'll shoot everything in one spot, and we'll move the camera halfway through it, and then you'll drag her off screen, and then we'll cut to the next thing. So they had her all whipped creamed up, and then they just shot all of it at once.
Yeah.
And then they dragged her. And then they just cut it up and put the drag scene in the middle.
Yeah.
Because where do they drag her to? They just drag her 10 feet
was she in the oven?
Still on concrete? No, that was the grandma or the mom or whatever.
Yeah, so the grandma, she's a crazy drunk lady.
Grandma, crazy drunk, shooting shotguns in the middle of town at another building.
Walking around town. Actually, not town, just the bakery.
Yeah.
With the 5th of Jack. Just... That's her go-to.
Yeah.
She's just an, old drunk.
And a shotgun.
But, like,
who
drinks a 5th of Jack?
She uses it as a long-range weapon. College kids, that's who drink a 5th of Jack.
That's what I was looking at. I was like, gosh, man. It's like, that's going to kill you.
Unless she just didn't take her blood thinners
she's like
today,
80. Or maybe like 70. But it's like, she's got half of it down.
Yeah, she was an old lady, like little old blue hair.
And she's like, initially she sees the Gingerdead Man.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm hallucinating.
Is that you, Rutherford, or whatever what's his fucking name?
Millard.
Millard, yeah.
That's a weird, like, why not Willard with the W? Millard's even weirder.
Willard's a little creepy.
Willard?
Yeah. I don't know. It's bad. It's bad. All this is bad.
Like, is that bad. Like an old time 1930s like a weird name? Like
seriously, the best part of the whole movie is the first minute and a half, and it's bad.
The first minute and a half was just credits.
Of the actual movie, like when it's Gary Busey in the diner, and he's like, "I'll fucking kill everybody in here." And
I forgot that happened until the very end.
Come up here. Ask me to put the gun down, please. And he's just like, he's talking shit to this kid before he fucking murders him. That's the best part of the movie, and it's awful.
It was a bad movie, and it was a bad movie.
Yeah, it was a bad movie. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and do thumb ratings on this, because I don't have a whole lot to say about it. Then let's talk about how we could make this a better thing.
Okay.
All right?
I'm in.
How many Gary
Busey head thumbs?
No, I'm gonna give it like,
because that's what I felt like was going on. Just
if your thumbs were rats, how many rat thumbs?
Rat thumbs that want to get picked on and fought by Gary.
Yeah, how many rat thumbs would you take to fight Gary Busey with this is a bad movie?
purely like just like I forget.
I'm going to 3. I'm gonna go with 3 because I do like me some trash cinema. This was like geared at me though, like from someone who's not being genuine, and it really comes through that it's just a lazy.
Ugh. It's just
It's kind of a slog. Yeah, for an hour and 15 minutes, it's pretty.
It was a
slow.
long movie for an hour and 15
right,
with like 20 minutes of credits.
Yeah, man. For it to be such a fucking short runtime, this was not breezy. It was a slog for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it maybe 2 thumbs.
You can go 2. What did I say? 3?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like 1.5. I don't know.
That's fine. Either of those are fine.
I'm with 2.
So what would you do to make this like interesting? I guess.
It's a good question
because it's not. We didn't even talk about it for 10 minutes. I don't think.
Okay, so
there's nothing fucking happens.
You gotta connect.
It's an hour and 15 minutes of a love triangle. That's
you gotta cut all the daytime drama
not a love
stuff.
Triangle. Then there's some other weird characters that show up for no reason.
They added a bunch of characters out of nowhere. It's like I don't know who this person is.
You're almost 40 minutes into this before you even get a Gingerdead Man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then.
Like why?
Yeah, I'll give him credit. Nate made that excellent joke, and he's like, well, "You can't catch him." Yeah. I was like, "You're right. They can't catch him," because that's the first thing the guy says. He's like, "I want to catch him. We'll take him on like a world tour.
Yeah, I didn't
look
catch
at this amazing little gingerbread man."
Because he wanted to like do
and
a
Nate
Leno show.
Very calmly turned over and went, "You can't catch him." Because he's the gingerbread man.
And it straight went over my head. I looked at Danny. Danny's laughing.
I fucking was cracking up, man. I was dead on the money. Anyway, fuck, what do you do with this? How would you make... All right, forgetting the entire movie that we just watched, you are tasked with making a movie called The Gingerdead Man. It can be whatever you want. What would you do with it?
There's going to be snow on the ground.
Yeah, for starters. Yeah, it's going to be a Midwest thing.
From the very beginning. Okay, so for a while there when I was watching the movie, like the blood I thought was the reason, I thought he was going to like turn part of himself into a gingerbread man.
I mean, I assume...
Like it didn't make sense.
I assume maybe it required some sort of blood sacrifice.
So what I'm thinking is make that transition way better. Like, why did Gary Busey turn into a gingerbread man?
Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to not make it a cookie-based villain.
Yeah, that's a tough sell, man.
I think the villain is just a baker in a town.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
That's it.
I like that.
Maybe it's Christmas and maybe there's human flesh in the fucking cookies and he's making the whole village eat them. I don't fucking know. Maybe he poisons them and gives everybody in the small sleepy little town that he lives in and kills them. Maybe he's a mass murderer. I don't fucking know. But I'm going to say not a cookie that can't tell a joke.
Like if you're looking...
like he hits somebody on the head and he's like, that's going to leave a mark.
That's going to leave a mark.
Like that's not a joke.
And then,
that's not a joke. So when you say that's going to leave a mark, you don't deliver it as a punchline.
That was a punchline.
Because it's not a joke. It's just saying a thing.
And then the girl next to him goes, why don't you shut your pie hole?
Yeah, right. Yeah, they're trying to force in some really hard humor and not taking, like they're taking the worst. They're taking the worst choice. Like when they put him in the oven, nobody said like you're cooked or you're about to get baked, baby, or nobody said anything like that.
Didn't have fun with it at all. Like they could have had a lot of fun with it.
Shut your pie hole because they're in a bakery.
This is weird.
You know how many baking puns you could shoehorn into this thing?
They did a couple.
You could do it all day. Just like, I want to go to the bathroom for a minute. Just gonna pound it out. Wink.
Right?
You know what I mean? There's tons of them, man. Just baking related puns.
Just,
But this thing isn't about anything.
It's not about anything.
It fucking infuriates me. It is. It's about a man who gets his soul moved to a cookie, and he's a bad guy.
That's not what I got out of it.
He tries to do some murders. And it doesn't work out, but maybe it does.
Here's the thing I got.
At the very end, ooh.
It's about a bakery. It's haunted by a cookie man. That's all I got.
That's almost...
They can't leave the bakery for some weird reason. They just continue to stay.
Yeah, isn't that all they would have to do? Be like, fuck this, let's go.
Literally, they leave at one point, and then they walk back in.
They just be like, let's go to the bar. Does he know the town? I doubt
if it's like the gingerbread house? Like, is there Is that a storytelling thing? Gingerbread house?
If he does know the town that you're in, just go to a different fucking town. How far is the nearest town? Half hour?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's dumb. It's dumb as shit. And the part that bothers me is I think it's deliberately dumb. Like, I don't think somebody earnestly was like, no, this is pretty good.
No. They gave up.
I don't think they...
After the first scene.
I don't think they even tried.
After the first scene, they're like, you know what? Let's put Gary Busey's voice on a gingerbread man.
The only person who was giving...
Oh, that girl. A girl gave her all.
She was trying, man. Bless her heart. She was trying.
She's terrible at it. But...
the only person that was really giving it 100%, in my opinion, was Gary Busey, and it was not good. You know what I mean? It's not good.
So what would I do to make? So I like the baker route because you could like look at like
you just do it anything.
Well, you could look at like the Shrek gingerbread guy. You know,
yeah, call it like the gingerbread man. And he's just like a baker who's like a casual chemist, and he like doses people with fucking hormones to make them violent and shit.
But like, even if it was the baker like torturing like gingerbread men, like what if like the
maybe
Shrek,
that's his thing.
The
maybe
little gingerbread man is like, you're a monster.
Like somebody figures him out and they're going to check his bakery, and in the back of his bakery there's just like a room with a shrine and like a cot, like he sleeps in there, he lives there.
But he brings like
and he's got a weird shrine of like a gingerbread house and a bunch of gingerbread people doing weird shit.
But what if like he was able to bring the gingerbread people to life for a little bit, just torture them?
Ooh, I could see a nice scene where like he's sitting there looking at his shrine of gingerbread people and he's hallucinating them being alive. That'd be fucking pretty wild.
It'd be a crazy movie.
You could get all this shit to work. Who would you get to play the baker?
Ooh,
who's got mad crazy eyes?
I don't know why Christian Bale popped out to me.
Man or woman, doesn't matter.
Ooh,
you get anybody for it. Oh fuck, man. Ooh, maybe Tilda Swinton.
What about the alien chick?
Sigourney Weaver?
Yes.
Yeah, she could pull it off. I was thinking Tilda Swinton, but Sigourney Weaver would be good too.
It'd be a different role for her, I think.
Yeah. No, Tilda Swinton would be like the Joker kind of thing, like real gritty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver, you could make a little more like playful and kind of Tom Hanks vibe.
Homey.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But Sigourney Weaver still would be really good.
She would be crazy at it.
Yeah, she would. And just a woman that can look easily like very, very disturbed and then also nice.
Yeah, someone...
Oh, shit.
Who is the Fargo lady? Or not Fargo.
Julianne Moore would be great. Because she plays a crazy kind of haggard old lady.
Yeah.
In, the Carrie remake.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that would be pretty good. So who's the hard-nosed detective that eventually is going to catch her?
So we just kind of talked about it, but would it be awesome if it was the True Detective, like
you know what I always thought? I'm like, so many movies, I'm like, it'd be really cool if like towards the end credits, like Mulder and Scully just roll up and they're like, what the hell happened
like,
here?
What was this?
Yeah, right. Like you could just be like, yes, that's right. This movie exists in the X-Files universe. There you go.
That would make almost every movie believable.
If you could get Mulder and Scully, or just one of them, and then call the other one on the phone or whatever.
Right.
Like, hey, Scully. Blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. Yeah, that'd be fucking great.
What about...
How about Bobby Cannavale? You know who I'm talking about?
I don't know who that is.
Here, I'll pull up a picture.
I was thinking maybe Denzel Washington. He plays a cop in a lot of movies, man. You ever seen Fallen?
Hell yeah.
I haven't seen him in a long time. Creepy as shit movie, but yeah. Yeah, he'd be a good cop.
Bobby Cannavale?
What's he played is he in Ant-Man?
Yeah.
The husband?
Yeah, he's like the husband.
But he's in a lot of other movies too.
Yeah, he's in a ton of shit. He's in The Other Guys, where he plays a cop. He's awesome in it though. Tells a story about shooting a guy.
Yeah.
And he's in therapy though, and the therapist is like, it's group therapy. The therapist is like, and how did that make you feel? Like a Viagra pill with a face. Yeah, good shit, man. Fucking all right. So you got Bobby Cannavale, the hard-nosed cop. You got Julianne Moore as the baker.
Yeah.
Okay. She's like hallucinates fucking wild shit.
So who would you trade for the voice of Gary Busey? Not like you don't need the mouth or anything like that. What if what you could make it any person?
Like any one of her little things that she hallucinates?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, she could have like one voice in her head all the time. That's like a Gingerdead Man. She always hears him. That's pretty good, man.
I like that. I was thinking like if each gingerbread man had a different voice, I'm thinking one of them's Michael Cera and he's terrified the entire time. Like this is torture.
That'd be pretty good. Man. Well, I mean, Ian McKellen's a good choice. But
yeah?
I'm trying to think of something that's a little more like that would make sense. Because Ian McKellen can sound creepy and intimidating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just want somebody who's a little unset. How about Michael Fassbender?
Ooh.
You think he'd do a voiceover for that? Because he sounds kind of sinister. You know what I mean? He can, anyway.
I mean, he's almost a voiceover in Prometheus just because he's a robot. But he's not a robot.
Right.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he could do a voiceover. 100%. And it would be a little unsettling.
Yeah, he can be creepy. I've seen him do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can be creepy and, like, intimidating.
It's a little weird.
It would make sense, like, when he can also sound comforting, which is kind of what she would want to hear. That's, like, how he coaxes her into murdering people.
Right? Yeah, like kind of softs her in. Like,
yeah, just murdering children and regular townsfolk.
It's like, this is okay.
This is a pretty good idea.
We're making a movie right now.
I think this is fine. Like, this is certainly
Spielberg?
better. This is certainly better than
we talked to you earlier. Yeah. And,
have you ever seen another movie like this besides The Voices? Omit The Voices, because it is kind of the same.
I've never seen it, but nobody cares about voices.
He's not a baker, though. He just works at a place that makes, like, sinks or bathtubs or some shit.
I'd rather watch this movie as a Christmas movie.
Oh, yeah, it's a Christmas movie, definitely.
How amazing would that be?
Definitely. She's got to have a big red sack when she goes around poisoning people.
Just imagine... So, like Gremlins, these little gingerbread men could get crazy.
Yeah.
Or, like...
But I think they're just her hallucinations.
But, like, she could make it like that.
It'll pan out from her and show her, like, walking up to somebody's doorstep with her big red sack of baked goods, and she's got all the little gingerbread people following her. That'd be creepy as shit.
And they're all, like, rooting her on, like, cheering. Like, they're her little crowd. Like, woo, yeah.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah. And then Michael Fassbender just whispering in her ear.
You're okay. And then you see the crowd of Michael Fassbenders.
That could be something. Do a gender swap, though. If it was going to be a male baker, who would you get? And then as a female voiceover.
Yeah, so I said Christian Bale, but I don't know.
How about a Mark Ruffalo?
Yeah, I mean,
think he's too boyish and charming to be a murderer? I think he might be too soft to be a murderer.
Too soft.
Yeah.
Like, I see it. It's weird to say he's too soft.
Yeah.
But I see it not as a murderer.
I wonder if Brad Pitt would do it. You could make him look frumpy. You know what I mean? Just make him look like he's not super fit, mega handsome, but he'd still be good looking dude who's just, that's his thing, man. He loves fucking bacon.
I mean, so I have a question.
I have answers. 6.
Jack Nicholson.
Blue.
Was he in before The Shining? It took me a long time to think of that fucking movie.
Jack Nicholson before he was in The Shining.
Was he like a big character or big actor?
Yes. Yeah.
So like that had to be like a left turn, right?
No, it's pretty on par.
Or was he on par with that?
Yeah, he's on par with that.
Okay.
So have you ever seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? It's a black and white film.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
That's amazing. I think it might be remastered in color now. Yeah, it's really
good.
But
so that was kind of on par. The Shining was on par with his career.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He'd be.
I was just thinking, like, it's like, how could you like turn a actor?
I want like an older, kind of chubbier dude. I tell you what, if we're gonna play it present day. Normally I would.
It was John Goodman.
Normally I would have never fucking said this. Oh my God, St. Louis's own John Goodman, get the fuck out of here. That's perfect.
It is perfect.
I was gonna say I'd give a shot to Kevin James.
I think it's John Goodman.
That's fucking great though. St. Louis's own John Goodman. Who's the voice in his head? Who's his Gingerdead woman?
Is a woman?
Guess? John. It'd have to be somebody soft. Somebody coaxing. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you've seen her, right? So is Scarlett Johansson.
Oh yeah.
That's almost too easy.
That's a deadlock.
That's almost too easy. I don't know.
That is almost too easy. Who's the hard-nosed, upcoming detective?
Oh, okay. Is this a woman too?
How about? Sure, yeah. Just so we said we did them both. How about Zoe Saldana?
Is she? Hold on, which one is she?
She plays Gamora in the
okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever.
I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, what if you went with Zendaya?
Too young.
You think so?
Yeah, she's
you don't
too
think
young.
she can play
she's
up?
Like 20, not as a detective. Like maybe as the neighbor kid who's onto it, because it's Christmas break, so you could get her and
I think
don't
you
know,
could dress her up a bit and she could play an older role.
A kid from Stranger Things or something, and be like, "Oh,
yeah,
we're neighborhood kids. We're onto it because we were smoking dope and we heard a conversation we weren't supposed to because we were gonna do a kiss." You know what I mean?
I don't see her as
That's
that.
it. And then they do a kiss at the end when they finally defeat the Gingerdead Man, which is St. Louis's own John Goodman.
Man, that's a good movie.
That's fucking not bad, bro.
It's a good movie.
That's not bad.
I kind of want to watch it. Can we make that?
We fucking did. I wish somebody contact me. Give me. I don't know how many millions of dollars it would take to get those people to do that movie, but if
you
they
give
would
me
do
like 1,000, I'd be good.
Who would you get to direct that?
Spielberg.
Well, I guess if the sky's the limit, yeah, sure.
I mean, if we're going there.
Man, I think I would probably get. Oh, God. Who does like really well mental illness?
Who did? Well,
I tell you what, there's a bit in the movie Dread that is like, it's not.
I was thinking about.
It's not showing like mental illness, but it's showing like somebody tripping on a specific drug, and it looks amazing. Like it's shot really well.
Have you seen?
I don't know who.
What's the DiCaprio movie where the island is not the island?
Shutter Island.
Yeah. Okay, so that kind of a good mental illness type of movie. I don't know if that's mental illness.
Oh, that'd be good. Who did that one? Is that Oh, that's Scorsese.
Okay,
yeah.
Makes sense.
It would be great though.
Yeah, Scorsese.
That'd be good. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Marty, call me baby. Marty, baby, what's happening?
You know, your best friend's on the block here.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. That's a great idea. That'd be a great idea for a film.
It's a great movie. We're on to something.
I would watch it. And then if I could just do absolutely anything I wanted, after all that, I would change the title, but you don't have to.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would say like
because it's just a dumb name.
I wouldn't do it around Ginger. Well, you kind of almost have to with what we did.
God damn, we took that hot piece of shit and made it like one of the most interesting psychological thrillers I think I've ever heard of.
I want to watch it right now.
It's just got a dumb name.
Yeah, Gingerdead Man is Gingerdead Man is
John Goodman can look crazy as fuck.
You and who was I forgot you guys. You and someone else did.
Me and Bird did 10 Cloverfield.
10 Cloverfield.
Oh,
he's
man.
Weird and crazy in that one.
He's like fucking weird and crazy in that, and he's great. But he can also be very sweet and nice and jolly.
Right.
So that would be what he would do to all the neighbors. He can just flip that switch. You know what I mean?
Literally, that's the role.
Mm-hmm.
It's like. Just play that.
With Scarlett Johansson just whispering stuff in his ear.
We'll put an apron around you.
And we could say, like, Scarlett Johansson was his wife, but she died tragically in a whatever 35 years ago or whatever. So he still remembers her like that.
As in gingerbread form?
No, not in gingerbread form. He hallucinates gingerbread men.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah.
This bad movie got me fucked up, man.
It's fucked. It's an hour and 15 minutes of nothing happening. I'll tell you what happens in an hour and 15 minutes.
Shoot.
Gary Busey, he's in a cookie. The cookie murders a couple people. They think they killed the cookie. Maybe they didn't. Spoiler, because the witch is still like, I'm making more Gary Busey cookies. That's it. That's the whole fucking movie. Other than that, you get a bunch of hand-fisted exposition that's like trying to make you care about characters that they have failed miserably to develop.
And it's like they try to steal like Chucky lines, like one-liners.
Yeah.
Like
that's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah, exactly. It's
not a joke.
Oh, one of the best parts of the movie was the subtitles, like ominous music or diabolical laughing.
What was one? Man, there was one that was pretty funny.
Like,
it was like
ominous orchestra.
No. The one I'm thinking of was like a skeptical trumpet.
Yeah.
Like, what?
There's a bunch of good ones like that.
Yeah, there's some good shit in there as far as that goes.
But,
as far as the closed captioning for the film, I give it a 6 out of 10.
Not bad. That guy or girl did their, they did their homework.
Yeah, whoever was doing the closed captions.
Like, I know this is a shitty movie. I'm going to make it a little interesting.
Right, yeah. Where they were going for something. I suppose that's the problem, though, is you can have whatever idea you want, and by the time you get funded to do it and actually put out the casting call, you're not going to get you're never going to get what you want. You just have to work with what you got.
Well, I see that's where, like, the great
this script is shit. This is a shit story.
Yeah, there's nothing to work with here.
No.
Like, if you handed me this story, I'd be like, well, I ain't reading half of this. Like, what? I'm done after the first scene.
Right.
So you still doing the what you watching?
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Because I'm done watching and thinking about that fucking movie.
Yeah, I can't do that. I can't do it anymore. Roll the thing.
Hey, what you watching?
All right. What Jackson, what you been watching, man? Reading, listening to, got anything new going on?
Well, I literally just noticed that you have a mouse pad that's bench made.
Yeah.
Which is a knife, which is amazing, and it goes over.
It's like for a breakdown.
I don't know why I just noticed it's pretty fucking awesome.
Just now?
Yeah.
You've done this show. That's been sitting there the whole time. The whole time, every time you've done this show, that's sitting there.
Are you shitting me?
It might have been this one way back when, but yeah, man, I'm pretty sure that one's.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. Anyway,
hold on, I'm gonna get a beer. We'll come back. We'll do what you're watching. I'm gonna get a beer.
Hey, what you watching?
What you been watching, Jackson? What you been up to? We've been getting into, my guy.
Oh man, so it's been a minute since I've been here. I feel like it hasn't been that long, but
it has.
Alicia was like, "Yeah, it's been a minute." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." So what I've been watching? So Halo Infinite came out, so I've been kind of grinding on that a little bit.
Yeah, how's that?
So
I wish you would have brought your Xbox over. I'd love to play it.
The multiplayer is way different than Halo 5, so it's
I didn't play Halo 5 either.
Well, I thought Halo 5 had a great multiplayer, and it was a lot smoother and everything, but I think it's like they're bringing back some like old school like Halo tendencies where you have to rely on your teammates more than just going off on your own. So there's a lot more teamwork involved, I feel like, in actually this game.
The maps are laid out for more team-based strategy.
And the movement. The movement, they kind of nerfed the movement a little bit. Like,
really?
Compared to Halo 5, they've nerfed movement a lot.
No shit.
Yeah, so like your slides aren't very as long. Like they stop at a certain point and then
slide?
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally missed Halo 5.
Yeah.
I never knew sliding was a thing.
Sliding is a great thing.
I played I played Reach and then I think 4.
Yeah, I hated 4. 4 was the worst.
I wasn't crazy about 4. I'm one of those people that really, really enjoyed Reach.
Yeah, Reach they didn't have the battle rifle in Reach, so it kind of pissed me off.
Well, they had the DMR.
I know, but that was the first time they brought the DMR into the game, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of Reach, but I didn't hate it as bad as some people, because some people are like, I'm completely never going to play.
Man, if I had
But then they came out with 4, and I was like, damn, it's a bad game.
If I had more disposable income, I think I probably would buy a PS4 and a new Xbox. I'd buy one of each, but I would buy the Xbox. It would literally be like a fucking $800 Halo machine, because that's all I would play on it.
So this new Halo is a lot like Halo 3 and Halo 2.
I love Halo 3 and Halo 2.
With nerfed movement from Halo 5. So
which I didn't play.
It's a combination of like the good stuff on the multi and the new stuff, but with a callback to the old multiplayer of you have to really
still got
rely.
The Magnum. Is the Magnum still 3-shot?
No. So they have a Magnum, but it's like 15 shots.
Fuck.
It kind of sucks. Like the Magnum in 5 was 5 shots to the head, and that was your starting weapon.
Yeah.
Magnum here is
in 2 it was 3, right?
I can't remember exactly.
Well, they nerfed it in 3. No.
Well, yeah, 3 was not a thing.
Yeah.
You want to pick that up.
Halo 2 it was.
But yeah, I've been on my Halo grind. Well, not really that much, but compared to like back in the day.
Yeah.
Like it's weird now. It's like I can play a little bit. I get a little pissed off because I'll get online and I'll get me and a few friends to start playing. and we get matched up against kids that have been playing all day, and it's like, fuck you, kid.
Right.
Like, seriously, you guys are able to play all day. I have to fucking work. I have to come home.
Here's what I do, man. This is my golden rule for chatting. If I don't know the person, I don't do voice chat.
Oh, no. Well, we don't actually say anything to them. But if they beat us, it's like we can't really... Like, back in the day, in like the chats, you could talk to the other team in the lobby.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore. Like, it's not a thing.
That makes sense.
So it's like, after you get beat, it's like, fuck. That kid, or those kids were able to play, and they've been able to play for the last, I don't know, 2 weeks that this game's been out.
Oh, yeah, no shit.
I've touched it for 2 hours. This sucks.
Right,
I'm pissed off.
That does it have a campaign mode? I know now they're coming out with some games that are strictly multiplayer and don't have a campaign.
So
I find the campaign great way to brush up.
Yeah. So they actually push the campaign harder than the multiplayer. Like they released the multiplayer free.
Mm-hmm.
Campaign you had to pay for.
Did you get it?
It just came out like on the 8th or something like that.
Have you played any of it?
I haven't played it yet. It just came out. I would like to play it.
Yeah,
but I haven't played it yet. So there's some people on Halo that are just campaign people. They just love the campaign, and they're really disappointed by 5 and 4 and Reach. Well, Reach was a good campaign.
Yeah, Reach was an alright campaign.
But like, there's been a kind of a down 5 or 6 years, 7 years for the campaign. So
I thought was 3 the one with the flood?
3 was the flood.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was
a good
one.
campaign.
It was a good campaign.
Multiplayer was.
I didn't mind 5, to be honest, but it wasn't as good as some of the other ones.
That's why I never played it. Like, I would have bought a new Xbox then if anybody was like, it's fucking amazing. But I just heard it's all right.
I'm partial to Halo 5 just because of the multiplayer.
I have been itching to get back into a shooter for a long time. Like, I don't know if you know this about me. I played Halo specifically, was like the one video game I played for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
I got really, really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
And then one day I just quit playing it. And I haven't played a shooter since then. I have not played a shooter since my kid was like 3.
Yeah, there's shooters out there that are like next generation type. But like Halo's always been like, for me, is like been that's the shooter I want to play.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's kind of fun, but it also it's 100% skill based.
Yeah. And tactically team based. Like you have to have comms. Like you have to be able to talk to your team to like set up things. Like if you want to play at a higher level,
you can play versus better players and still win if you have a better team dynamic.
Oh, 100%. Because you will get spawn trapped or whatever.
Like, yeah. Like my thing is I'm a kill stealing son of a bitch. But I'm not trying to do that. I am just trying to kill as many fucking people as possible.
Picking up.
And like if I see you engaging a guy, I'm coming.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's it. So whichever one of us gets a kill, who cares? Whatever, I don't care. But if I can get it, it's fucking awesome.
So I used to be like deep into Halo, like you're saying, like I used to be like even like now, like
I played 6 days a week, probably 3 to 4 hours a day for fucking 4 or 5 years.
I almost failed a couple classes in college because I Halo.
Yeah, you ain't fucking shitting around, man. When I used to live up in the city, I'd come home from work. And I would come home from work, I would take a shower, I would eat something, I would get a beer, and like, then we would play
Halo. Can't wait for Halo.
We would fucking play Halo until 1:30 in the morning, every fucking day. Like, every day.
You know what?
And then
that's amazing.
Sometimes on a Saturday, we would just get up and start playing at like 11 a.m. and play until 1 o'clock in the morning.
You'd wake up as soon as possible, like, I need to play Halo today.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fucking absolutely.
Just imagine, like, if you, like, so, like, the memories, like, back then, like, they were all online. So, like, you don't remember as much because they were not captured in real life.
Yeah.
But, like, what if you had, like, recorder of, like, what happened then?
What's your favorite type of kill in Halo?
Mine's
a dead tie between sticky grenades and assassination.
Oh, I was thinking overkill or, like,
Oh, no, I'm just talking about, like, one personal. It's all stickies. It's all stickies and assassinations for me. It's my favorite. So because those are the kinds that make me angry.
So on Halo, a ninja, there's a medal called Ninja on Halo Infinite, which I just saw today before I came over because my nephew was playing. I was like, let me play for a little bit. Anyway, It's where someone's like behind you, like you're running, and you feel them behind you. Either they shot you or something, and you stop, you jump straight up, and they keep going forward, and you fall behind them and hit them in the back and assassinate them. It's called a ninja.
Nice.
That's probably my favorite. Like if you ninja,
I was gonna say that'd be a thing.
Takes a lot of skill to do.
There was one where it was like I found out you do X amount of thousands sticky grenade kills and you get a special medal, and I'm like, I'm in. Yeah. And there's another one where like you get a specific suit of armor if you assassinate so many people. Okay, I'm down. That's my game plan.
You'd like Halo Infinite.
Yeah, I really would like to try it out. I don't know if it's worth $800 for me to try out Halo Infinite. But I'm thinking about it, it would be cool, and I would play
some pretty sweet games, too.
Our ping sucks out here, though, is my problem. You know what I'm saying?
What about the Tesla or
Starlink?
Musk?
Yeah, the ping sucks.
Did you see his fucking haircut? Fucking Fifth Element haircut?
I guess even the wealthiest people in the world can still have a midlife crisis.
Well, he did just get a divorce.
He's doing the Hawkeye. It's the Hawkeye haircut from Endgame.
No, it's Fifth Element bad guy.
Yeah, kind of.
It's. I think it's the exact haircut where the bad guy that's just. Well, I can't explain what he is, but.
Nah, I know what you're talking about.
That's a decent movie.
Yeah, it's fucking Gary Oldman, baby.
Gary Oldman, yes, thank you. It's a weird, he's a young Gary Oldman there, too.
Oh, yeah.
That's a decent movie. I always enjoy watching that for whatever reason.
I like The Fifth Element. I like it. What else you been up to besides Halo? What have you been doing?
We talked for 10 minutes about Halo. So there's been one show I just started. There's probably been a few shows since last time me and you spoke. But recently I think I'll try to catch a show that intrigues me enough to watch before I get home. I either do something like play Halo or I'll watch a movie or watch a show.
Yeah, sure.
And then go to sleep. And that's all the time I have. Recently, I'm on episode 5 or 6 of Arcane.
Okay, is that pretty good?
I think it's pretty good. It's Arcane. I don't know. So this is where I'm going to fall short. I don't know. Is it Arcane League of Legends? And I know people are deep into League of Legends.
I don't know shit about League of Legends.
Okay.
Tell you what I know about it. It's not my favorite game format.
Yeah,
I tried it. I tried League of Legends 3 times, and I was like, yeah, man, this really just isn't for me.
Well, there's people that are really good at it.
Not knocking it. Yeah, I know there's people that are badass at it. I fucking love that shit. If that's your jam, fuck, crank it out, baby. But it's just not for me specifically, not for my play style.
So, but on Netflix, there's this show's called Arcane, and it's
got really good reviews.
It's pretty fucking good. I'm I don't know if this is the storyline behind League of Legends. I'm guessing it is because...
And it's a series, right?
I think so.
I think it's a story of 2 or 3 characters from League of Legends. So there's already another one in the works,
okay.
I think, from a different perspective.
So they're going somewhere. I'm only on 5 or 6 episodes. And I'm
good shit, though, huh?
I'm looking forward to the next time I watch it. So
Tell you what I'm pumped up about.
And it's got good... Hold on. I'm going to go back.
All right.
It's got good, music.
Okay.
It's got Imagine Dragons in it,
okay.
Playing music in the background.
Can you imagine?
And
dragons.
The characters are they look good. They don't look like video game characters.
Yeah, I've
they
seen
look
the animation. It looks really great.
Damn, it's I feel like I'm watching a comic book kind of.
It's like they got the budget for Sex, Love, and Robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it looks really good.
That?
I love Sex, Love, and Robots. Never missed one, baby. I fucking love that show.
It's just too.
I tell you what hasn't what I haven't watched yet, but I'm very excited to watch the new season of The Witcher.
The Witcher.
Yeah.
I haven't jumped into that yet.
Have you ever played a Witcher game?
Like Fable? Or is it The Witcher?
It's a different franchise.
Okay, no.
So the Witcher, I actually have never played one either, but I started playing The Witcher 3 like recently, in the last week. And I'm probably 6 or 7 hours into it. I'm still getting used to the controls because they're distinct for the game. I'm enjoying it. It's got a really rich story. But so the Witchers carry 2 swords, one steel and one silver. So silver one's for monsters, steel one's for men.
Ooh.
And they're just bad motherfuckers. They're slightly enhanced, but they mostly use like potions and spells to give them the edge based on what they're fighting at the moment.
I like it.
So it's like you change up your buffs on the fly.
I mean, that's pretty. I mean,
it's a cool idea for a story. So you go around,
like it, yeah.
People hate you. They're like, fuck you. And they call you slurs and shit. But you go there and find like flyers for, oh, there's a fucking werewolf in the hills or whatever. And you go kill it.
So you're just a badass among everybody. And everybody's like, you kind of suck.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly right. And you have like a spell that helps give you the power of suggestion and, just different shit. In the show, they cast Henry Cavill, who is...
I've seen that.
He's damn near a dead ringer for the actual fictional character, and he's really well acted. He sounds like him. The show looks great. There's fun monsters. There's fun characters. My only critique about season 1 of the show is, as someone who's never played the Witcher series, there's a point where they kind of take a leap and assume that you know some things. It's not where you can't catch up. You know what I mean? It's just like, there's part of it where it's like, whoa.
What happened there?
Whoa. Why is everybody doing the things that they're doing right now? Like, did I miss something? But it's a really fun show, and I liked it a lot, and that's why I purchased The Witcher 3.
Nice.
And I'm excited to watch season 2. I think it'll be good.
I've had it on my bucket list of like, I'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many people have a bucket list of I'll get there of shows.
Everybody. We're living in the golden age of media where most shit that comes out is pretty good by comparison.
But I can be very picky with it too, though.
Oh, of
so
course.
It's like, man, there's so much shit out there.
I'm painting with a broad brush when I say most of it's good.
But like you can there's something's good, but it's like, you know what? I don't really want to watch it.
Right. I've never seen Breaking Bad. Everybody's like, you've never seen Breaking Bad? I'm like, nah, I watched the first season.
It's fucking amazing.
And then I watched like 3 episodes of the second season, and I was like, man, I want to watch some other shit.
So,
not like it's bad. I thought it was great. I just have no desire to watch 7 seasons or whatever.
There's a drive behind, like, I feel like certain people that like would watch Breaking Bad are, I mean, you gotta not understand, but like, you gotta like be okay with that slow pace. If you're not okay with that slow pace of like it's going to get somewhere and it's going to pay it off, because not many shows pay off a slow pace.
That's true.
Not many shows do that.
That's true.
Which Breaking Bad does. And the follow-up sequel to Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, it's fucking awesome too.
Yeah. I absolutely can believe that because it's got fucking Bob Odenkirk. Thank you. Bob Odenkirk's fantastic. Been a longtime fan of Bob Odenkirk since back in the early 20-teens when I used to watch Mr. Show with Bob and Dave.
Yeah. Dude, he kills it in Better Call Saul.
Also, huge fan of David Cross in anything. Like, I've never been like, oh, fucking David Cross fucking around doing his thing. God, I wish he wasn't here. No, I love it every time. It's delightful. I love his shtick.
Where are we at with shows? What were we talking about? Like, how do we get to Breaking Bad?
Like, well, I don't know.
Okay.
Fucking,
but what were we talking about?
Well, I don't know. What are we doing?
You guys aren't gonna start sucking each other's dicks, are you?
Let's go, talk! We're a one-eyed Batman!
Can I make a suggestion that doesn't involve violence? Or is this the wrong crowd?
Maybe we should call in a bomb threat to Houston. I think it's free beer night at the Astrodome.
The Jedi, Bob. We don't fight with guns, we fight with our mind.
Cousin, businesses are booming.
That is one big pile of shit.
Jog on.
It's Just Two Movies is a production of Blue Cheese and Bacon Studios and can be found wherever you get your podcasts.
Like when Mrs. Deagle's walking down the street and she's got that snowman head. Yeah. The mean lady.
She's the Karen of her time.
They've got like an oboe score over. It's like, wah, 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 wah.